And welcome back to Washington Commanders Insider. Today, we're getting you ready for the Carolina Panthers game coming up on Sunday. This is going to be a big game for the Commanders because they are favored in this game. They just came off a tough loss with the Ravens. And I think that good teams go ahead and take care of the teams that they should take care of. This is going to be a test for the Washington Commanders to go out there, stay focused, make sure that they take care of business. But we're talking about the keys to the game and how the Commanders can pull this out. And I think it starts with key number one, and that is overcoming the injury report. That's right, because right now we have a bunch of injuries out there. And let's start off with, I think, one of the most important ones, and that's going to be Dorrance Armstrong, okay? Because Dorrance Armstrong is going to be out. He has not practiced. You're looking at it right now. He's had a rib injury. Did not practice on Wednesday. Did not practice Thursday. Didn't practice here. I think he was officially listed out just about 3 hours ago. So more than likely, he is not going to be making it. And so right now, we've already went ahead and signed defensive tackle Sheldon Day from the practice squad, and then we also added Jalen Holmes, who was the 2018 fourth-round pick with 7 years of experience to the active roster. And so we have both of those players that are more than likely going to come in and replace Dorrance Armstrong. And they're going to be huge for us because, now that we have, Dorrance Armstrong is out. We talked about Jonathan Allen, who is out for the season here. This is going to be critical, okay, because you need to have these defensive linemen be able to go out there, generate some natural pressure, and make it tough on the Carolina Panthers. And so it starts up front, and it is going to start with these players that the Commanders have just signed. So next up, I think another key injury update is going to be what's going on with Brian Robinson. So it looks like that he is trending towards going ahead and playing. He talked earlier today in practice, said he's feeling a lot like himself, which is going to be huge for us. And I think that this is going to be critical for the Commanders getting back to their identity. And by getting back to their identity, that means that the Commanders are able to run the football, which I think that they need to establish running the football. No matter how good Jaden Daniels is as a passer, you have got to establish the run. And I think that when we talked about this before, there were more pass calls than runs against the Baltimore Ravens. In fact, it was 42 out of the 56 total plays were pass plays. And that is just not the identity of the Washington Commanders. We are a team that likes to go out there, play smash mouth football, really open up some holes for the running back. And then that's where we start to get those creative play actions. And then that's where those bubble screens and a lot of those different things that Cliff Kingsbury likes to run, that's where that comes in. So we have got to start with the run first and then start to go down the field. And so that's going to be huge. I think Brian Robinson back there with Austin Eckler is going to be great, especially going against, the league's worst, I think, at stopping the run with the Carolina Panthers. And so next up, we are going to get some offensive players back to go along with Brian Robinson Jr. Looks like we're trending towards having Noah Brown out there. I think he's having a pretty good season. I think, he has missed the one game, but you got a chance to see that he was a full practice out here later in the week on Thursday. He is trending towards giving it a go. We got our offensive linemen that are going to be back, so that is going to be huge as well. And so that is also trending for the good thing for the Commanders because that is their identity. And so lastly, one of the things we want to talk about is linebacker Jordan McGee. So as a rookie, it looks like, he has a chance to come and play for us here this weekend, possibly. They did open up the 21-day window for him. And so, he's got to go ahead and either play or go back to the IR soon. But once again, it looks like he's trending in the right direction. Perhaps we might be able to see him play out there. I think this would be huge. I just talked about how Dorrance Armstrong is not going to be out there for the Commanders. And look, defensively, when you lose a player like Dorrance Armstrong, who leads the Commanders with 20 total pressures, including 11 hurries and 5 quarterback hits, you need all the defensive pressure that you can get. And we're going to need that. Looks like Bobby Wagner as well. It looks like we gave him a rest day, but he did show up here on the injury report. But it looks like that he is going to be fine. And so, it's going to be key for this defense. We have to overcome some injuries and some things out there that's part of the NFL. And that's just how it works. But I think defensively, it's going to be a big week for the Commanders, because just like the team in general, where they're just going to have to show up and they're going to have to make this happen in a game that they're expected to win, I think this defense has got to show some pride here. I know they gave up 30 points to the Ravens, but they've got to tighten up some things. And this is perhaps a get-right game for this defense. And this is a prove-it game, all right, because there's going to be some players out there that are going to get this opportunity, and this might be the chance for them to prove that they belong out there. And so this is huge. There's nothing but opportunity, I think, on this defense. So I'm looking for some of these players to step up. And so as far as the keys, for the quarterback play, the offense, I talked about Brian Robinson and just moving the football. I think that Jaden Daniels is going to have some time here to make some things happen, because, look, even though the Carolina Panthers like to blitz, they don't get home very often. And so I think that this is going to be a chance for Jaden Daniels to really kind of light the Carolina Panthers secondary up. In fact, coming into this thing, this is noted on Locked On Commanders, a great stat here. But anyway, Jaden Daniels has the third best completion against the blitz. So that means that if Carolina is going to come, then more than likely Jaden Daniels is going to connect with those passes. And I love the fact that he's been trusting his playmakers to go out there and make plays. He's not just looking for the big plays. So you can expect for Noah Brown, you can expect for Zach Ertz, Austin Eckler. Those players are going to get those one-on-one matchups. And I think Jaden Daniels, who's been one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL this year, as long as he delivers the football, I think that these playmakers are going to be able to get out in space and make plays. And also, too, against the blitz, he has the third best completion rate against the blitz. And so that is a good sign, too, for Jaden Daniels. And so third best completion rate as far as going against the blitz for Jaden Daniels. So that's going to be huge. And I think that that's something that the Washington Commanders must take care of. And so in the comments, let me know what you're thinking about this injury report coming up. I think that this is going to be huge for the Commanders. This game, I think it is all about them just going ahead and stepping up and stepping out. I think one of the things to note, for the Carolina Panthers is they have Jonathan Brooks, who's coming off of a knee injury. Maybe it's a possibility that he could play. There is a lot of people that are raving about Jonathan Brooks. This is one of the things that the Commanders have really struggled to do, which is, stop the running the football, like stop the other team from running the football, So, I think that it is going to be interesting to see if Jonathan Brooks, the rookie, I believe from Texas, is going to be out there. And so that is one thing to really look out for the Carolina Panthers, and the one injury person or one player on the injury report that I was really thinking about. So anyhow, let me know in the comments what you're thinking. This is Washington Commanders Insider. We'll be talking some more Washington Commanders. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.